episode 191 of the DorkLair Collecting Podcast. It is Thursday, May 26th.
45 years and 1 day since Star Wars entered our glorious lives.
That's right.
Star Wars entered our
Yesterday
lives.
was Star Wars Day. It was actually Trevor's birthday. Trevor's actually at Celebration, as is Chris, which is why Chris will not be with us tonight. So, Chris, I hope you're having a wonderful time. How you doing, Larry?
I'm good, man. Just kind of, you were catching up beforehand, just kind of talking about what's going on at Celebration. A lot of cool stuff. Looks like we're getting some cool new series. Everything they've shown so far looks really good. I'm kind of jealous of Chris. I feel like they're really taking, trying to make this Celebration something special because of the way the last couple of years have been. So they put out some cool looking stuff. Figure wise, toy wise, product wise, we were just talking. I went into Target the other day to see if I could happen upon one of those droids, Boba Fett's, and I got lucky and found those. I also found Ahsoka from Mandalorian and a couple of those Mandalorian troopers, so I picked those up. I already had Yoda coming from Big Bad and Fennec coming from Amazon. So I got those. A couple other things I picked up. I picked up the drag strip from the Legacy Transformers Stunticons, and this line just continues to be more fun than it has any right to be. I also picked up Spike in the exosuit from the Studio Series 86 line. Again, a lot of fun. And then Bill, the Mandalorian figure arts Luke Skywalker that you sold me showed up. So now I have a cloaked Luke and I have an uncloaked actiony Luke, and I'm using that extra cloak as a Palpatine cloak until I can find one. So I'm going to throw this out to the listeners as well. If anyone knows of a custom cape cloak maker that makes one that fits that SH Figure Arts Return of the Jedi Palpatine, because if you guys remember, he came with basically two bodies, one that could fit in the throne and had the hood, and then another that, could stand, but you only had one hood, one cloak. So I'd like to get a custom cloak for him if I could. So if anyone knows someone that makes them or someone I could reach out to, I sure would appreciate you letting me know.
Yeah, and I'll see if Harker's got anything going. There's the tricky thing about that figure is for a custom cloth maker to do that. Like out of the gates, that figure was hard to find. It was like, it was just an impossible figure to find. It was like a $300 figure right from the day it released.
Yeah, if you didn't pre-order it, you probably weren't getting it. And
if somebody's going to do a batch of cloaks for that figure, the customer base might not be that big, because it's such a limited thing. But I'll see if Harker had, if he's ever done anything for the Black Series one, it might work or something like that. But let's see if anybody else in the chat's got anything recently. Big day for Star Wars. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little Star Wars. Howdy ho, neighbors. We'll talk trolls. Definitely gonna talk some trolls tonight. I think this was in response to somebody was asking, Braku, should I go all in on the trolls? So you're asking, should you buy two or one? But let's see here. What's up, Cowabunga dude? Steve. Hey guys. Tony C. Michael Casper's in the house. Nice. DorkLair to the rescue on a Thursday night. Glad to be here to entertain. We do have a giveaway tonight. We got this set right here. This is the charcoal. It's not particularly rare or anything, but it's the event exclusive charcoal. In my opinion, it is actually one of the best sets. It's almost like they're like burnt. But we're gonna give this away later on when we get to some. We do have one Storm Collectibles bit of news that we can use to signal the time to give that away. Let's see here.
Eric said he made about $1,200 selling off his Masters Classics collection. The only thing I sold all of my all the Filmation stuff and made a lot of money on those. And they were all loose too. I made gobs of money on those. So I imagine Eric did pretty well. I'm still keeping the base collection. I have a bunch of the Princess of Power stuff I'm probably going to end up selling off, and have a couple other things I want to get rid of. But I still have a few of the Filmation that are loose, but I sold off all the boxed stuff, and I sold off that initial Super 7 Ultimates. I think I got like $800 for those 5 figures.
That's
so
cool.
There's some money. If I could go back in time and really know how those would have appreciated mint on card, buddy, I would have tripled up on everything.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Ryan. What's going on, everybody? So for me, let's see, for recent pickups. Well, actually, the most recent thing was I was lucky enough to be contacted by D20 Studios, and they sent me early review copies of their latest Wolf. So this is the metal. What is it called? I already forgot the name. I already forgot the name of it. But it's like the metal blade or something, and it's the same Wolf underneath there, but it's got the new armor all on top of it. And I did a review. So after the show, I will encourage you all to go check out my review of this one. And
how heavy is that thing? It looks pretty big and chunky.
It's heavy. I can't weigh it right now because it doesn't fit on the scale. Like I have a scale, but I've weighed it. It's like 5 pounds.
Wow.
And it's just dense. Like the whole thing is just dense, thick, heavy, chunky plastic. It's not hollow, it's big and chunky. Mm-hmm. They sent me both. They sent me the basic and that's the deluxe. And I kind of incorporated them both into one review. So check out that review when you all get a chance. And take a look at D20. They were very kind. Like not many people send me figures to review, so it's like kind of a special occasion for me. So yeah. All right, let's see here. What else we got? Mythic or I mean, this thing looks like straight out of Lord of the Rings, Warg, Uruk-hai, like totally. Thank you, Braku. Appreciate it. I may be giving one of those away, actually. So tune in next week because that might be something that's going to happen next week. All right. What else? Let's see here. I also got the droids stuff in. It's trickling in. Like I ordered 6 figures on one order, and of course, every single one is coming one at a time separately. And some of them are in an envelope stuffed into the mailbox. And hey, Steph. And
Bill says hello. Hi. She said hi.
And like
she was rescuing me.
Nice. So yeah, they're kind of like hit or miss. My Boba came good to hang on the wall. My 2 R2s are but and my 3PO is fine. I have had that for a while. And then what else? Yeah, like all of this wave I've been getting in. I do love this figure very much.
Man, I can't go. I just cannot say enough good things about that little figure. It is amazing the amount of articulation and paint apps and sculpt and all the cool stuff they put into that figure. I love it.
For listeners, we're talking about the vintage collection, Death Watch Mandalorian, the basic one. It's great. Fantastic.
It really is.
And I think, I think that's about it. Oh, my Walmart. So we mentioned last week that Walmart was shipping out those deluxe figures in the non-plastic packaging, the 2 troopers and the Ahsoka with Grogu and the owl. The Ahsoka's shipped. My Ahsoka's arrived. I ordered 2 of those, and those arrived. And the other ones actually are delayed again. So they went from coming in like June to coming in, or maybe July to coming in May, back to coming in July. So we'll see when they actually ship. Who knows? I don't know if
that's weird because my Ahsoka was shipped and now it's delayed, but the other 2 say they're arriving Saturday the 20th. Oh no, they say Saturday, July 23rd. Wow. So I'm not holding my breath that these things actually arrive. I'm really not.
These exclusives are wild. It's crazy. Yeah.
And by wild and crazy, you mean it's an awesome illustration of the utter incompetence that takes place in some of the fan channel stuff.
Yeah. Like the fan channel stuff is fine.
Well, the Walmart stuff. I'm sorry, the exclusives.
It's the Walmart stuff and the Target stuff.
Target.
It's either
even the last couple of Target things I've not had that bad a time with, but Walmart has just been a pebble in my shoe from the beginning.
But Walmart used to be the one that always had like tons of extra stock, and Target used to be the hard one to get.
Yep.
It's just like back and forth. That's why it's wild, It's just like you never know what you're gonna get with these things. All right, so Chris is at. We're gonna talk Celebration, and we're gonna talk. I'm gonna show some screen or some some photos from the event of some of the things that were revealed, particularly Hot Toys and Bandai. But first we're gonna start off with Mythic Legion. So let's get into the news here. And last week we talked about the possibility of the Trolls, and what it turned out to be is a reissue of Brontis, and I think I shared like a square, and I was like tracking the 4 trolls and the heads and stuff, and pretty much what I was tracking was right. That the new head for Brontis is this old Stone Troll head. And so you're getting Brontis. He's going to come with the Stone Troll head, but he'll also come with his original Cyclops head. And then there's a close-up of that newly painted Stone Troll head on him. And then also as predicted, I didn't necessarily predict that these two would release at once, but I, like the pattern was there. It's the Ice Troll with the Brontis head, the Cyclops head, and then of course it will also come with its original Ice Troll head. 2 figures that were really hard to find at this point. And now they're just doing it at once. I feel like they said something about like they were working on. Oh, we just lost Larry. Hopefully he'll come back on. But they were talking about like how the let me get him back on. Here we go. Lost you there for a second, Larry.
I put on the one ring. I disappeared. You know how it is.
Yeah. Anyway, so they were saying that they were working on the All-Stars 5, which was supposed to be the next pre-order in July, late July. And then they basically were like, okay, this is getting too big to include a troll, so let's move the troll off and do something else with the troll. And I think they decided to, okay, let's do the 2 remaining ones and complete the cycle, the reissue cycle of these head swaps. And then it'll be interesting to see what they do with All-Stars 5. Like, typically you have 4 reissue regular figures, 2 tribute figures, Masters of the Universe, PowerCon, debut type figures, and then 1 troll. So are they going to do like maybe more than the typical 4 reissues, or like what is it going to be? So we'll see how it is. A lot of people are predicting that the Justin Johnson tribute dwarf figure would be in there. And of course we have all those votes. So we'll see what happens with that. We won't know, I guess, until July. I don't think they're going to reveal it fully until they actually launch it. So looking out for that one. Let's see what people have to say in the chat here. Ice Troll with Brontis and the OG head is such an awesome job. Yeah, absolutely. I'm still on the fence. I don't know if I'm going to get them. I have an Ice Troll, but I really want that Cyclops head. And I've always liked Brontis, and it's like, do I really want to commit to the 2? I have one. I would definitely sell my other Ice Troll and then just get these 2. But I'm debating if I want to do it, because if I did, I would rock both Cyclops. I would have them as be like opposite brothers type thing. Working on a Fire and Swamp Troll 2 from the article on the website. Yeah, I mean we've seen that Swamp Troll. When are they announced? Yeah, I already think I answered that question already. Those All-Stars will be announced in July. And I think we're getting some 2.0. Yeah, that would make sense. Do like 4 reissues and then like 2 2.0 and then maybe another like tribute or something. Still no word on PowerCon and whether or not they're going to have those. So those could be in the mix on that as well.
You know what? I'll reach out and I'll ask Val. I'm friends with the guy that runs it. So I don't know why I didn't think of that before. I'll reach out and ask him and see if he can give me any clarity there.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. So there's a close-up of that. I love this look on this troll. This is pretty sweet. Next up, we have the second of the Legion's Con exclusive figures. So last night, Jeremy Gerard had Bill Mancuso from Four Horsemen on his show, and they revealed this figure, which is designed by Bill. And it's something that's been like, I guess apparently it's been like there for like years, and they've just been waiting for a slot to release it. And it's like a custom he did, and he's been wanting to like share it in the Cabal, like share it on social media, and finally this thing can get revealed after all these years. But he's called the Unknown One, and it's a lot of, it's the same parts as usual as a lot of the figures, but just a totally unique paint job. It looks black, but it is more like a dark, deep red across many of these parts. And so it's not quite translating in the image. This one's a little better in terms of like seeing those reds. But yeah, so you're going to get this figure will be like a standard release eventually. And then the actual Legion's Con one will come with this exclusive skeleton head sculpt. It's going to be $50. A couple other photos of it. Here's a few accessories that it comes with. Apparently, according to Bill, the horns are technically like the main thing on the head. Like those are hit in his mind what he pictured as it having as the main head. And got a little bio here. Let me pull this banner down. Since time immemorial, rumors have spread of a shadowy unknown figure appearing on bloodied battlefields throughout mythos. The accounts tell of a monstrous black-winged demon wielding dual glowing blades. These blades cut not the body, but rip out the souls of the unfortunate casualties already pounding at death's door. No faction is spared. Its true origin is unknown. Its true purpose is unknown. Its true name is unknown. History tomes record a lone victim discovered moments before dying, paralyzed in fear, blind eyes gazing into the eternal void, while repeatedly whispering a single word, Adaith, Adaith, Adaith. And there's your bio for Adaith, the Unknown One. Pretty sweet stuff. He's factionless. I think this is the first time they've released a figure that's not a part of any faction. The bio is awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good looking figure. I like that.
So the basic version, the regular standard release version will be available in 2023. Similar to those My Wife Is Going to Kill Me figures, like they're going to have their debut versions and with a little bit of an exclusive item in it, and then later on, same thing that happened last year with Sir Gerard. So this is the day one. So Adaith is the day one figure. So that'll be on the 5th, I think, and then the 6th will be the Furious 4 My Wife Is Going to Kill Me figures. All right, let's see. Let's go back here and see a couple other. The Mythic audio book by DorkLair, yeah. Yeah, it does kind of look like Warl.
Yeah, it does.
Equidron is also. Oh, Equidron is factionless. Okay. Nice use of parts of it. It's a really cool color. Like when you look at this one, you get a sense of the colors. It's really neat. It's like a coppery motif, I guess, if you will. Has anyone noticed more and more recent releases with less and less paint? I think yes, but that's because they've been doing a lot of like builder type characters lately. I don't think this one has necessarily less paint, but you're definitely seeing less paint on all those builders. I think when we get the Alithia wave in hand, I think the paint is I think we're going to be back to like, wow, the paint is nuts. But like the Airthier wave, the paint was insane. So yeah, I mean, I think we're just getting a lot of builder type characters, like a lot of not named characters lately. Yeah, a nice patina on this guy. Sweet. Okay, so next up, we teased this last week, or Super7 teased this last week, and we kind of put up the teaser image of the sword, and we have that demon goat Minotaur guy from the cover of the Show No Mercy album from Slayer, and this is a Super 7 Ultimates release. It's got 2 head sculpts, 8 hands. It's got the sword and the cape, and then we got a little bit look at the packaging. $55 release. It's now up for pre-order. I'll be getting this. I don't think I'm going to order it direct, but I'll definitely get this one. Pretty cool release.
They're definitely hitting a lot of different potential fandoms. Not my cup of tea, but I'm sure there are plenty of folks that will dig it.
Yeah, I mean, they're finally doing multiple different musical acts, and so they're doing wrestling figures in Ultimates. They're doing, all the pop culture like cartoon ones, and now they're doing musical acts as well, because they did that. They tend to go satanic though. For the religious people, probably not too into it, but yeah, they have like the Papa Emeritus one. It's also very like satanic. But all right, so then next up, we have Storm Collectibles Liu Kang, which I normally wouldn't necessarily post this one, but it looks like they're finally going to put out this dragon version, the dragon form of Liu Kang, and that's something I will get. Like that dragon, I'll definitely get this figure to get that dragon. Oh yeah, they did King Diamond as well. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So here's this dragon, and we're into the Storm Collectibles section. So we're gonna get to our giveaway, and I'm still relatively new at the giveaways. So let me pull this down here for a second. Go back to this look. So here's a reminder: we have the Storm Collectibles Golden Axe charcoal color skeleton 2-pack. This is going to segue us into the next section, which is going to be the Star Wars Celebration section. I like to think of this as the Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru version of the Golden Axe skeletons. So we're going to use. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna reveal the hashtag. I just need to start the giveaway tool.
Hashtag barbecued family members.
It's funny. There was this whole like thing. So there's the scene in the trailer for Obi-Wan, and Uncle Owen is like, well, Obi-Wan's saying, talking about raising Luke, and Owen is like you raised his father, right? Which is, a bit of a burn. And then there's there's like all these memes of Owen like just burning people like with that same logical kind of thing. And then there's one where it's like Palpatine it's about getting roasted. And it's like he, almost like Plagueis, but it's I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like he could roast, but he couldn't prevent himself from being roasted. Anyway, there was a bunch of memes going on. They were hilarious. I wish I had them to show.
That's good.
I have them queued up. But anyway, we're gonna do this giveaway. The hashtag is, let me get the banner up. Here we go. Owen Beru. Just a reminder, if you are entering this contest, you need a U.S. address. So find a friend for me to ship it to. They can forward it to you or whatever. All right. And just enter once, because it only takes the name. It doesn't take the entries. So here we go. Owen Beru. Hashtag Owen Beru. Let's see. Light up the chat with Owen Beru, and then we'll pick a winner at. Let's do it right at 9:00. We'll give it 6 minutes. Owen Beru. We're going to give away the charcoal skeletons. And just a reminder, if you win, email me, or you can, if you know how to message me on like social media, you can message me on Instagram or Facebook, or just email me at podcast@dorklair.com. I will just ask you to kind of like prove that that's your account, so that somebody else doesn't try to undercut you and like grab your Owen Brew. Laura, Did you get a typo there? Bouquet, Desi Bonner. It's nice to see. I like doing this because you know what? I think a lot of people, they don't really comment. You know what I mean? Like they just watch. They kind of passively watch and stuff. And it's nice to see like names of people who might not normally comment. So
Right.
that's one nice little side effect to see other names popping up in here. Rick Jones, Christo, Tony C. And so, Owen Brew, she's a beer fan. Lowenbrow, Owen Brew, Owen. Why?
Yeah, just do that in the low brow font.
Why are you refusing to? She's like refusing to actually saying everything except for the actual hashtag. You're not gonna be entered unless you actually type it in. Maybe you don't want to enter, I guess. Thank you, Braku. Hit that like button, subscribe. Appreciate it, everybody. All right, a couple more minutes. And while we're waiting, let's do this. Let's jump ahead. Let's jump ahead into a little bit of news while we are waiting here. Let's keep going with the news here. So, pre-celebration on Wednesday, we had the Obi-Wan Wednesdays, which is going to be each week throughout the series. They're going to do kind of like they did with the Boba Fett ones. They're going to be revealing figures, putting pre-orders up, and they did the Reva, the third sister. They did all three lines. They did as you can see, the vintage collection, the Black series, and then they also did the retro series. So that's now up for pre-order fan channel. Like you can just go out and order it, pre-order this figure. Looks pretty good.
It is a good looking figure. And do you know, is that new, the torso movement, the hip movement, and the ankle rockers that we see in that new Mandalorian trooper? Are we going to be getting this in everything moving forward? Is that going to be in this figure? Or do we know yet?
I would imagine it is in this one. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's on Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oops.
But I mean, just eyeballing it looks to be just as detailed as its Black Series counterpart.
Yeah, I mean, it's got
right now I'm just doing original trilogy and Mandalorian, but if the Obi-Wan series is really, really good, then I'll probably start picking up those figures as well. I'm definitely going to get that Vader that we saw on that card back.
It definitely has ankle rockers.
Okay.
It's hard to tell what the hips are, but I would imagine the hips are also those ball jointed hips, which are really nice. Like those other hips are okay. Like you can get it into poses. It's just a lot more work, It
really is with the newer stuff. I mean, obviously it's gonna be much more conducive to. I like what Tony's saying here. I would love to see them release the same scales at once when they move through. Maybe not for every single release, but for more releases, because it seems like so often we'll see something in Black Series and we have to wait a long time to see it in the 3 3/4 in the vintage line. So it would be nice to see more. Like I said, I don't need to see every single release like this, but I would love to see some more simultaneous releases like this.
All right, we got one more minute. Let me hide this. Go back here. We have one more minute. Hashtag Owen Brew. Charcoal burnt up skeletons. And we'll do the drawing. And then we'll get into a bunch of Star Wars news. There's a lot of stuff. All right, it's 9:00. Let's see here. Let me share the screen here. I should have prepared this right here. StreamYard giveaway tool. I'm gonna pull that off and bring it in a bit here. Okay. Just setting this up. Hang on one second, everybody. Got that going. Okay, here we go. Gonna spin the wheel. 3, 2, 1. Spin. Let's see who gets it. Casper? Professor? Steve Wegling. Congratulations, Steve Wegling. Just make sure, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, quickest way is to just like go to the, just like message me there, or just shoot an email to podcast@DorkLair.com. If you can screenshot your account, or, I can have you just like comment on a video or something if we need to, but just kind of be ready to just like prove who it is, just so that I can make sure that I'm undercutting you and grabbing your figure. But congratulations, Steve. It's awesome. Steve, here's a question. Do you have any Storm Collectibles skeletons yet? Because they're great figures. I love those Storm Collectibles figures. They're a little bigger than Legions and stuff, but they do mix in pretty well, I think, in my opinion. All right, so while we wait for Steve to answer, let's pull this down and come back to the news. Steve Williams, I had a little heart attack. When you see your first name, I know. You see your first name, and you're like, oh my God, is it me? Yeah, nice. So you're going to love these figures, especially these charcoal ones. I feel like besides the classic bone ones, just like the original set, this is the most, I don't know, universal. Sometimes like, oh, there's a green one or a pink one, but like these work in well with a lot of other figures. Okay. So next up, we're getting into Star Wars Celebration. We do have some picks from Chris, cause he's there. He was there today. He will be there again tomorrow. And then we have some other picks from others, but this is from Chris. This is the movie realization Samurai line, and this is the Gamorrean Guard, which is the first time they've put this out as a prototype. They've shown art design images, like key art for them, but they haven't yet shown the actual prototype. So this is the first time we're seeing the prototypes of these. And then next up, we have Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett with his throne and this big diorama. I'll see if I can pull up another picture of that. And we have a remnant stormtrooper, and he was posed with a Beskar, like a Camtono of Beskar. And so those are our three, I guess, like brand new figures. And then we have IG-11. Previously, they showed IG-88, but it's not. It's just the bandolier type. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much the same. And Akbar, which they've shown before. So I'm gonna pull up another tab because I want to show you guys something that came up after I did the slideshow. And let me go back to this. So they kind of had some info about how things are going to release. And I'm looking at, and those were Chris's photos, by the way. And this is actually Imperial Holocron on Twitter is covering some stuff. And I guess there was a panel, and they gave some insights on what's going on. So the first one is that the Boba Fett figure looks like it's releasing early 2023. And here's a look. You can see the whole diorama piece. I don't know if they're going to release that. I kind of hope they do.
Yeah, that's awesome. A monster. That kind of craps on the Pulse diorama, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if they release that, it's going to be nuts. I hope they do. And then, so there's that. So that seems to be one that's in the pipeline. Early 2023. That would mean the pre-orders would probably go up in like late summer, fall, right? Mm-hmm. And the other part of it is they're doing a vote, apparently, on what to do next. So you have, actually, I don't have a photo of this one. I saw it in the background, and I thought it was just the regular Beskar Mando, but apparently there's another version of Mando with Grogu, like a season 2 version with the pouch. Maybe that's what the Camtono comes with. Oh, no, that wouldn't make sense either. But then you have Akbar, IG-11, the Gamorrean Guard, and the Remnant Trooper. Now, if any of you vote for anything, well, I guess it's you vote at the booth. So I don't know how many of you in the audience are watching right now, but if anybody votes for anything other than the Gamorrean Guard, I'm going to be pissed. This will be one of those times where I'm legitimately upset if the Gamorrean Guard is not the the winner of this vote. I will love all of them. Like, I'll buy all of them. I love this line. They're going to be great, but I so want that Gamorrean Guard. And then, yeah, so what else did they have here? A couple other just pictures. So there's the Mandalorian. So he's got the spear, right? And then there's Akbar. And then IG-11. So that was Imperial Holocron. Thank you, Imperial Holocron, on Twitter. Okay, so back to the stuff. Ryan doesn't click the line, but I'd go Akbar. It does look awesome. Prior to knowing that the Gamorrean Guard was in the list, I probably would have voted Akbar as well. It's got such a cool metallic look to it. It's going to be a great figure.
I love the looks of those things. It's like I've said, I just can't go down another rabbit hole, but they're awesome. They're beautiful.
Laura, I have not reviewed The Mandalorian yet, but I did just get back on the review table today, and I'm like, that's something I think I'm still going to do. So stay tuned. I hope to get to that. I am getting closer and closer to the end of my school year, so things are loosening up a little bit. So yeah, I do want to do that. Okay, so next up, we're getting into Hot Toys. So a couple days ago, or maybe yesterday, they teased an image that had all these different, like, not all these different clone, but like a couple different clone vehicles with some new clones for Hot Toys. Clone Wars stuff, basically, right? And so they have the AT-RT and they have the Bark Speeder, and a couple versions of that, and then a few new clones. And then they also teased an image of the Bad Batch. You know, the ones that are like in focus the ones that are lit in this image are the ones that are already up for pre-order. Hunter and Echo. I think both of those went up for pre-order, or maybe just Echo. But then they have the other three in the back that they have not shown yet. And so at the event, and these photos are actually from a YouTuber named Jorge Cifuentes, who he shared these images in a Discord server. But he has a YouTube channel, so I thought I would plug his YouTube channel as well. So go check him out. But he was kind enough to let me share these photos of the Hot Toys display at the Sideshow booth. And so we have Wrecker, and in the far, so you know, you see Echo there, but in the far back you can also see Crosshair. Mm-hmm. So you have the only one that we don't see, I guess, is Tech. And there you have the vehicles. So you get kind of like a backside look. I mean, that thing is huge. The AT-RT, it's gonna be super tall. And then you have the speeders over there, and you still have Echo right there. Oh, there's another look at Crosshair. And this image is mostly stuff we've seen, but it's been a while since they've shown R5. So they got R5 on display again. So maybe that's a sign that he might be coming out. And then in this image, I guess also not much new here. We've seen Cobb Vanth on display. And then here we have, this is actually one that, like, you know, it's called Paz Vizsla, first of all, on the placard. And he's got that energy shield. So this looks to be not just like, oh, they have their, you know, heavy Mandalorian on display again. This looks like they're having a reissue, essentially, with some extra parts of the heavy infantry Mandalorian. So that's cool, because I know that one became kind of hard to find. And then these are the two convention exclusives. They're chromed out basic clone trooper and a chromed out death trooper. So they're not actually there. Like you just get like the option to pre-order it at the event. So if you go to the event, you can like get a QR code or something like that, and you can get a login to pre-order these. Which, you know, this is the perfect kind of thing. They're stylized, chromed out versions of characters that no one really needs, but it might make a nice like flashy memorabilia from an event. Thanks, Mars. Okay, yeah. So Hunter and Echo are both up for pre-order. Thank you, Matt. Okay, so yeah, so those were the exclusives, and then they have a Vader from Obi-Wan on display. So it looks like we're gonna get another Vader potentially. And then this image, I guess the only thing of note in this image is that they have the what do you call it? The Super Battle Droid on display again. So that's something they've been teasing, and they also said there's going to be more announcements from Attack of the Clones. So yeah, maybe we'll see that. Although it would have been nice to see like Mace Windu or Padme again, like some of the named characters from the show, from the movie. I mean, and they didn't. Maybe they'll show them tomorrow. I mean, it's it's a 3-day event, or 4-day event. So, sorry, Mars, you missed the giveaway. I have to take that banner down. That's my fault. Let's take that down, and please subscribe. Sorry, Mars. Okay, so the two that did go up for pre-order are those speeder bike figures, and you have the you have Commander Appo. I don't remember him. I gotta be honest, but in his speeder bike, so looks pretty cool. $515. It's a vehicle and a figure,
Good
so it
gracious.
kind of figures. Like if you were to look at say the Scout Trooper in the speeder bike, I think it's like $485 or something. So this is up there for sure. And then you have the heavy weapons clone trooper with the speeder bike with the sidecar. Again, I don't remember the sidecar.
I don't remember that at all.
I feel like maybe I kind of remember this, like a side, like coming off the back. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe these are from video games and I'm not remembering it exactly, but
Couldn't be.
I do remember the speeder bike. I just don't remember all of the specific characters and stuff. They look cool though. This one's more. This one's 610. So yeah, heavy weapons clone trooper. I guess because there's a gun mounted on the speeder bike, because he doesn't really come with heavy weapons. Like he comes with like the regular 2 blasters, but the speeder bike itself has a blaster. It could be considered a heavy weapon. But yeah, I mean that's it for the sideshow, for the celebration stuff. I forgot to mention, I guess I forgot to put it in here, but they have the Jon Favreau version of Paz Vizsla for the Black Series. That's another one where it's like you can pre-order it at the event, and then it might get another release later. And I forgot to put pictures of that up, but it's basically your heavy infantry Mandalorian Black Series figure with a Jon Favreau head, and that'll, I think that'll get a regular release too, or like it might still be an exclusive, but it'll open up to everybody, I think, eventually. Either way, it's not coming out to the fall, so it's kind of an interesting event that there's not many like exclusives that are on hand, right? Okay, here we go. So Appo is in the General Krell arc. Okay, they were all seen in the show. All right, cool.
It's been so long since I've watched all those episodes. I'm not surprised that I don't recall it.
I sometimes glaze over a little bit on a lot of the clone stuff. But yeah. I think that's about it, guys. Let's check the chat and see if anybody else, if I missed any comments. Fat Maddox said he wants all 4. I think he's referring to the samurai figures. But yeah, it's an early episode. We cranked through it all.
Yeah, I'm sure with a few more days of celebration to go next week, we're going to have way more than this.
This is a good idea right here. You could make the Jon Favreau heavy Mandalorian figure by taking the Happy Hogan head from the Marvel Legends figure and pop it right on there. That would absolutely work.
Hey, Bill, one thing that I didn't see you mention in the news, and I don't know, I'm sure you saw this, and maybe someone in the chat wants to comment on it. Did you see the announcement on Pulse of this about the selfie series?
Oh, you know what? I meant to look that up. I saw it.
Yeah, so apparently you take pictures of yourself from various, and they have up
Okay.
it's like Snake Eyes, a Ghostbuster, or a green
Yeah.
Power or a red, a pink Power Ranger, um, several other things. Let's see, a Marvel Legend of some kind. There's from several of their 112
Yeah.
scale
Yeah.
lines, and they're $60 at retail. I don't know what the time frame is for getting them back. I don't know when they're going to launch. What the putting together time is, but they had samples of them up with staff members. Excuse me, and of course it's never going to be one to one, but it is still pretty cool and pretty close. And I'm definitely going to do a couple of them. I'm going to do the Stormtrooper, and I'll probably do the Snake Eyes.
What's the price on those?
$60,
Okay.
$59.99.
That,
Yep.
that's not bad at all.
No, it really
That's
isn't when you consider just plain retail is creeping slowly but surely up to $30
Yeah.
for these things to have a custom head put on there. And we know from purchasing custom heads, you're going to spend as much on the head as you did on the initial figure that you're putting the head on. So that pretty much jives.
Did they have any with long hair?
Yeah, they did, because they had some females. They had
Okay.
a white dude, they had a black dude, I think a black girl. So you had different textures. I think they wanted to show what different textures of hair they could do. They had a girl with longer hair, a guy with shorter hair. So I think they're going to be able to do darn near
Okay.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah. If they can do long hair, I think I might do it. I'll do like the
Yeah.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to see, what it ultimately ends up looking like, and I'm sure they'll say more as the week goes on. But I saw that drop on a few Instagram and Twitter things yesterday and today. I thought they were pretty cool looking.
I ordered a head for my brother for Master Chief
Yeah,
about 8 years
and
ago.
Iron Man was old Snap is right. Iron Man was the Marvel one. Thank you. I couldn't remember which one that was.
Okay. Iron Man. Oh yeah, so we got some trailers to talk about. There was a Willow trailer, and that looks good. And
This is probably blasphemy. I've never seen Willow. Seriously, it's like I don't know how I've never seen that, but I've never sat and watched it.
It's a good movie. It's pretty good, and it holds up pretty well. I've been a while since I've seen it. I need to go back and rewatch it. But it's I believe it's a series on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's a series. But the trailer looks epic. It looks awesome.
Check that out.
And they had the old music in there too. And then the other one was the Andor trailer. Now you haven't watched the Andor trailer yet?
I have not seen that. I watched some visuals of it. Kind of while we're talking, just kind of the corner of my eye to look at the visuals, just to get the visual flavor.
Yeah.
And like I told you, Andor, Rogue One is the one thing that I feel Disney Star Wars did 100% right. I feel like that movie is pitch perfect from opening salvo to Darth Vader in the hallway. Hell, the price of the ticket was worth Darth Vader in the hallway. But that's been absolutely my favorite thing Disney's done. So I am totally in for an Andor series, and the visual flavor of what I was able to see, it has that look. And as soon as we get off here, I'm going to watch that full trailer. But I'm really chomping at the bit for that.
You know what got me excited more than the trailer was the Anthony Bresnikan article about it, and the way that they were describing the nature of the show. It's gonna be like multiple threads, multiple storylines that don't necessarily like constantly interact with each other. Almost feels like Game of Thrones or something, where it's like different levels. Like you're gonna have a storyline that's like a street urchin type storyline. You're gonna have a storyline that's like Mon Mothma in the Senate. You're gonna have all these different like levels of politics and life, and they're all gonna have like they're gonna like bounce off each other, but they're not gonna necessarily be like it's gonna be like a complex kind of show. And so I feel like it's going to really be a very much like grown up type show. And I'm pretty sure that was the Senate in the trailer, right? Like you're going to see all these different like levels. And I think it's going to be a really intriguing, the guy who did the Bourne series of movies, the Bourne Identity and like all those, is the guy who's running this show, I believe. Or
really?
Writing it or something like that. So like it's
Well,
gonna
that
be
gives me
like a
hope.
thriller mystery like spy type thing.
Very cool.
I don't expect it to be like R-rated or anything like that. I think it's still gonna be like pretty fairly G, but it's gonna be, I think, just like following along with it is gonna be like, you know, like a grown-up type show, like a modern show.
The other trailer, and this is completely not Star Wars related. Did you see the Boys season 3 trailer?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's out.
Now, you've been watching that, right? You watched seasons 1
Yeah,
and 2.
I'm caught up on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It looks good. It looks good. I'll of course go back and binge 1 and 2 again before it starts. I think it starts June, like first or second week in June. It drops. So then they're supposedly going to be doing what they did the last couple of years. They'll drop episodes 1 and 2 together, and then moving forward week by week they'll release an episode. And we got an announcement from I think we may have covered it on, or maybe we didn't. Maybe I heard Floosh talking about it, Robo talking about it. The Mafex announced their what's the dude all in black?
Oh, Noir, Black Noir.
Thank you, Blank Noir. Yeah, they've shown a preview of their Black Noir, and usually the week after that they give pre-order information. So, and he looks really cool. So, sometime around 2026, 27, when we finally get Homelander and Billy, I'm looking forward to pre-ordering Black Noir. Maybe we'll get him just before Jesus comes back. So I'm really hopeful.
I wonder if we can watch the trailer.
I don't know.
Let's try it.
You're the screen master.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this up here. Let's watch the Andor trailer.
Oh, there we go.
If you guys don't like watching trailers, sign off now. Have a great day. But we're gonna try to watch the Andor trailer. I don't know if it's gonna come through. I don't know how it's gonna be, but I wanna go like that.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Put your headphones on.
They're so proud of themselves. So fat and satisfied. They're everywhere. They're watching me now.
Soon enough, these days will end. There will be no rules going forward.
People are standing up. That's what a reckoning sounds like.
Wow, I like that. Was that Stellan Skarsgård?
Yeah.
Wow, awesome get. I love. I mean, go ahead.
Hold on a second. I need to kill that because something else popped up. There's another live going on and it went it like auto played it and it's like in my ear. Yeah. So did that work out? Did people? Yeah, it looks like people were able to watch that with us. Pretty cool. So we can watch trailers.
That was fun. I like the look of that.
Yeah, it looks good, and it definitely looks, like an adult drama, and it's going to take us into some new areas, I think, for Star Wars.
I can kind of see what it's talking about with that. What that article is talking about. You see Mon Mothma and the high up, I mean, obviously she's still a senator, and we know that they're playing the game. I mean, up until the beginning of A New Hope or the end of Rogue One, Leia is a senator. So they're in there, they're playing the game. So we're going to see the inner workings and maybe a little bit more. I know that there were some deleted scenes in episode 3 that showed the beginnings of what would become the rebellion, and we didn't get to see all of that. So, I'm guessing we'll get to see a lot of that in here. So, do we know if Jimmy Smits is going to be back playing Bail?
I don't think he was mentioned. I can't imagine he wouldn't be. And I would also wager a guess that Palpatine would be.
Do we
it,
know if he's showing up in Obi-Wan?
Bail?
Yeah, I mean, look at the time frame.
I don't think we know that either. Hey, maybe we'll find out in a couple hours.
Yeah. I'm going to look at his filmography real quick.
I'm going to try to get up early and watch it first thing in the morning. We'll see. But yeah,
he's in Obi-Wan. He's listed on his Wikipedia. It doesn't say, it doesn't say how many episodes. It just says Senator Bail Organa in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Cool. Rick Jones is saying the same. Cool.
Awesome.
Nice. Looking forward to it. I
maybe this director will actually let him act, since George Lucas didn't.
Right. I can't wait to see like going back to Coruscant, right? And going back to familiar places like that.
Yeah.
Beyond just, I mean, we always go back to Tatooine.
We always go to Tatooine. Yeah. Give us something else.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I think that'll do it for today. Any last thoughts, Larry?
Well, I'm glad you didn't say any last words, so that would have been ominous. No, man, that Andor trailer really excited me. I might be looking forward to that more than Kenobi, believe it or not. We'll see.
I really like stuff that fills out the I really love the way the Clone Wars fills out the prequels. I think this is going to do the same for Rogue One.
Yep.
And same thing with books. Like I'm a big fan of the books because they do that same thing, and that's why I liked Catalyst. So yeah, this is going to be a good show, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, everybody. Last look at the comments, and that we'll sign off now. So thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, may the Force be with you.